Alright, welcome back for part 5 and Outworld. So I was about to say the Order Realm. I was ready for the Order Realm, which I'm going to explain more once I get this first cutscene out of the way. So let's jump into Outworld.
This is Outworld? I have heard many stories about this realm. This is the domain of the Emperor Shao Kahn.
Emperor indeed. He is a thief, a deceiver. He is not the rightful lord of this realm. There was a time when he was much like Raiden is to your Earth realm, an advisor. But he abandoned his position and stole Outworld for himself.
Who ruled Outworld before Shao Kahn?
A powerful military commander, Onaga, the Dragon King. In that age, Outworld was unified. Under Shao Kahn's rule, however, Outworld has become a dangerous and chaotic place. Be wary as you continue on your quest.
I will keep my eyes open, Damashi.
Alright, so this is Outworld, and in this playthrough of Outworld, if it seems like I've been here before, there's going to be a reason for that. So, as I just grab a few coins, chests, things like that, I've already recorded Outworld on the main profile that I created. And for whatever reason, during gameplay, I did not hear any audio issues. I was wearing my headphones. Everything was just fine. And so I go back to do, I take it onto my video editor, I add the audio, I add everything, and the sound for the game was beyond repairable. I don't know what happened to it. It was static all the way through. It sounded like everyone from the Chaos Realm, but with distortion. I mean, it was something horrific. So I quickly created a second profile so I could re-record Outworld. And as you can see here, I didn't pick up anything except coins that were in front of me. I straight did the storyline only. I didn't even bother to return the medallion to Boraicho. So for Outworld, yeah, this is on a different profile, but it's also going to feel like I've been here before because I had just done Outworld before the setback. It was a punch to the gut, I'm not going to lie. I kind of thought the way the last video ended with me finally beating that Shang Tsung challenge, well, not finally, it was my second try with Ermac, but beating that challenge in general was such a, just like this motivation to do more fight challenges. So pretty much I went through Outworld doing a lot of fight challenges that are here in Outworld. A lot of them. And I do mean a lot, especially the Sub-Zero one, which I usually ignore, and I'll talk about that, which I kind of already did, but you guys will never know. I defeated all of them. First time around, I've talked about I'm going to do them, and if I die, I die, and if I can do them, I'll do them. So, yeah, very disappointing experience to have to come all the way back here just to record this, and it's obviously you're going to be able to tell that I was here. I'm not going to be running around the outskirts forever and ever looking for some of the things I couldn't remember, or to get certain quests and do certain things. So again, I'm just going to start by running the outskirts as I did before, except this is a totally opposite direction. Originally, the first quest I took was from Tanya. The first thing I'm actually going to do here is a fight challenge. I'm going to start with this new Cybot fight challenge. Just to get started the right way, because I've been doing nothing but straight storyline. I have technically not even done a quest yet, side quest. So why do one? Let's still hold off on doing any side quests and go straight for a fight challenge. Making Noob Saibot feel a little bit of my rage by spamming that spinning axe attack on him there. So I can't remember everything I talked about in last video talking about Outworld. So there's the Noob Saibot challenge, by the way. I'm a little bit thrown off and a little bit, like, kind of tired, and again, a gut punch. I've been spending the last however so many hour and a half. It doesn't take very long when you're following just the storyline, but there is a quest to be picked up here. Should be a woman. She is going to want us to find an orb.
Like you, I am not a native of this place. My realm was merged with this one by Shao Kahn. An orb keeps them fused together. Find me this orb and I will pay you well.
So yeah, all of my last videos, it's been, oh, I think there might be a quest over here, and she might want me to find some kind of item. And I wasn't sure. I was on track. I was in the right area, but not quite there. Yeah, that was all in the original recording I did for this, but now that's just gone. I still have it. I mean, as far as the audio talking, maybe one day I can release that as like some behind the scenes thing. I don't know. It just feels like it was so good and now wasted. I can only imagine if it happens again. Hopefully not. Hopefully this will be it. You guys will hear this one. So this is a Bo Raicho challenge that I did do, and actually had a little struggle with. He almost defeated me versus running out of time. I think it, it's just to beat Bo Raicho in 30 seconds, but he got some jabs in there that were irritating. I cannot die to Bo Raicho. That would officially be, after what I went through, I'll just turn everything off. And I learned through everything, just spin the axe. God, here he goes again. I got quiet there for that last spin of the axe because he just starts getting hits in, the time's ticking down. I cannot lose to that man. Go away. Alright, so that's the Bo Raicho fight challenge. Make sure to collect this coin, which, again, you can see I've not collected very many coins, so I'm not so much worried about collecting coins, obviously, on this profile, but for this playthrough, I want to continue my tradition of making sure to pick up every single coin, going through the huts, because that's, what I did when I originally recorded this. So I tried again. Just ignore that medallion there. Ignore the fact that it's a totally different account. Well, not account, but profile. This area, I never found that whether it held a chest or anything or not, but that was a big contention I had. I felt like there was something supposed to be there, and it just wasn't. It's just not. Go ahead and collect these. This coin. Go in here. Well, if it'll open up anyway, I'll go in here. Sapphire coins. I'm trying to remember every fight challenge I did. That's my biggest thing. Like the quests, not so much. They all just kind of, I ran into every item I needed at some point. And these little cul-de-sac corners they got going on, or what you could unlock as far as chests and stuff. I found that in what huts I needed to find that in. One of the chests, time-based, I found. I may not find it again, but that'll throw things off when I'm trying to fit everything into the video. Or the series, not everything into this one video from here on out, but the series overall. Just trying to grab up all these coins. So the best thing that I might can do is, I need to remember which chest it was that I grabbed. I'm pretty sure It was one in a cave. Oh yeah, the ice cave. Pretty sure I sat in the ice cave and just waited through meditation for that one to appear. So any other chests that I did not get, I'm not too concerned with at the moment. I am going to do that scorpion fight challenge, but just not right this second. Soon. I'm going to go ahead and knock out this smoke fight challenge. And then I'll head back over towards the scorpion. It's another quick dark combat. I think I did pretty much every fight challenge you can do, including that Sub-Zero fight challenge, which I learned on that Sub-Zero fight challenge. You can just turn it into really, it's 2 rounds, and you only do 25% damage, but you can do throws for full damage. It made it a lot more, I don't know, I would say easier, just quicker.
Flawless victory.
But in the past, I had so much trouble with that particular fight challenge. I actually hated it more than I did the Shang Tsung, and because the Shang Tsung challenge, given its criteria, is easy to understand why it's that difficult. Sub-Zero's challenge doesn't seem like it would be that difficult, but he gets a few jabs here and there, and then another few jabs here and there. It's taking you in, an entire almost 90 seconds to get him down because of the damage you're dealing, and man, that can be so irritating, and it's frustrating and easier to get mad at. So it's just one of those fight challenges that I personally hated more than Shang Tsung's, and most of the time would never complete it, never even mess with it. So Scorpion's fight challenge over here. I'll show you guys this one next. I feel like I'm blitzkrieging through Outworld now. I'm not wanting to do that, but considering I've already done it. So Scorpion, he does double damage. You only do 25% damage versus Sub-Zero. This challenge, he kind of just stood here last time like he's doing now. I mean, he got one hit in with a sword, but it didn't really seem like it did double damage. Maybe it was a weak hit. Now, I know I did a true widescreen hack. I promise I didn't do anything to mess with the AI. This is just... Ermac is really working. And Melina works well too, which I'll show you guys what works well with her once I get to her. Double flawless. Here we go. Yeah, blitzkrieging Outworld right now through these fight challenges. That's helping a little bit with that gut punch of having to re-record this. Alright, so again, I'm running the outskirts first and then pick up quests, items along the way. Decided I'd do that this time. I figure actually it might take a little bit longer, the direction that I've gone here. So get a quest from Frost.
Greetings, stranger. I am Frost. I am in search of the fabled Outworld ice caves. If you should discover them, report to me their location. I will reward you for this information.
Alright. So that one's actually pretty easy. You could pull up your map and immediately find the ice caves. If you look to just a little bit to the left of that white, where the portal's at, and that's the white diamond. If you go to the bottom left of that, and then immediately to the right, you can see it's even got a haze of ice kind of over it. So that one's very, very, very easy to do. There's a chest in here. I did not pick it up last time, but I know at some point at a certain time it's in there. But I'm just going to leave that alone because I didn't get it last time. So that'll be left for the video, which will be the final part where I kind of just go through and grab everything. Grab this letter for Smoke.
You there. You are a member of the Lin Kuei, are you not? I have important information you must relay to Sub-Zero in Earthrealm immediately.
And I talked about this before. I wish there was more. They would have done more of this, where you have quests that go between realms. And I ended up doing this at the end of last video because I thought maybe that Natara would then appear in this cave after if I did so. That's not the case, but I'm still going to go ahead and turn this in at the end of this because I also went ahead and did the Cobra challenge in Earthrealm, which, so, you know, that'll probably be the way, as long as I remember, that'll be the way that this video ends. So, all right, back along the outskirts here. And another challenge for us. Before I take the challenge, though, just run around and grab a few things. I'll need to come back and talk to this guy with a fish at some point. Get those 250 platinum. The one thing I'm thinking I'm gonna have a hard time remembering to get, well, the reason they're not popping up is I don't think I've taken the quest yet. For Rain.
I am Rain. I have been searching for a Shokan ceremonial dagger. Goro is believed to have lost it somewhere in this area. If you find it, bring it to me and I will buy it from you.
I was so far ahead of myself I was looking for a dagger before I even took the quest from Rain. There you go. Nothing really through here. I believe there is a chest probably here at some point too. If there is, I did not pick that up. But right now I'm just trying to get quests picked up more than completing them. Tanya should be walking around through here somewhere. You can pick up a quest for her. And there's something weird tied into that quest. I do believe, depending on what you do, whether you tell Liu Kang about the trap or whether it's you got to do it now, not later, it can alter being able to have a fight challenge with Tanya later. So let's take this quest.
I am Tanya. My new Lord Shinnok has instructed me to locate a place in which to trap the infidel Liu Kang. Find me a suitable cave and I will reward you with coins.
Which I believe, because I never did find that cave, I believe that's after I get captured. I think it's in the Tarkatan camp here in Outworld. Alright, so this guy has a quest, and it's where I have to go back and talk to the guy with the fish.
Braun has offended me for the last time. If you see him, stranger, tell him Gask awaits his return. I will fight him to the death.
Then Shao Kahn over here gives quests.
You dare approach Shao Kahn, Emperor of Outworld? You will pay dearly for your insolence.
Shao Kahn? Damashi warned me of him. I must be cautious. I did not mean any disrespect, Your Eminence. Please allow me to rectify my error.
So you shall. The warrior known as Reptile is missing. Find him and inform him that he is to return with my tribute immediately. Complete the task, and I will spare your life.
Alright, so I'm going to worry about these little buildings when I come back because I have to turn in that quest. So, grab all the coins and everything then. Just finishing this outskirts run. You know what, I did not mess around with this version of Cobra at all last time. So you know what, I'm gonna end this video with a Cobra challenge on Earthrealm, so I'll just save for that one. And here's the ice cave for Frost.
I believe this is the entrance to the ice caves Frost was searching for. I must inform her of the location.
Boom, ice caves. And I did just meditate. A chest pops up at some point. There we go. And there you go. There is Tanya. She is unlocked. Again, gonna grab that this time, because I did grab it last time. Alright, so back to pretty much where we started, running outskirts. Now I can leave the outskirts alone and start actually collecting things like the dagger. Go do that Sub-Zero challenge. You know, actually, all of a sudden, I'm starting to think, yeah, that's why I originally went down here. It wasn't that I thought about a chest, it's the dagger's there. Okay, so got Rain's dagger. Turn that into him. Oh yeah, the orb. The orb, yeah, need the orb for the woman. Which I don't believe is right here. But there is one of these cul-de-sac-like things as that orb sticks in. That wasn't it. I guess I could go ahead and find Riptile. I mean, he's going to be right here. So yeah, let's go ahead and inform him. Then I'll talk to Shao Kahn when I go back to those buildings to get all the coins.
Stand before Reptile, stranger. What is this you say? Shao Kahn demands my return? Ah, I lost his tribute somewhere in this forest. I must inform my master and beg for his mercy.
Alright, so off there goes Reptile, which will lead to a second quest for Shao Kahn. Let's go tell Frost real quick we found the ice cave.
You have located the ice caves. I thank you. Take this as payment for your help.
400 ruby. Appreciate that. Alright, so the orb. There's also a quest I need to take from Blaze. I don't need to forget about that one. I can't complete it right now, but I should go ahead and take it. Especially since I did last time. This should be the Darius, yeah, alternate costume. I did take that chest last time. I don't think it's time-based, so. Right, go to these little huts here. I already have been. Good deal. Then there's the Cura fight challenge right over there. But I'll be closer to this forest area here in just a bit to do those fight challenges. I think this is definitely the location this time. No, it's not. Not for the orb. Hey, you know, I literally just did this and I can't remember the location of the orb. Let's give him his dagger.
Yes, this is the Shokan dagger. Give it to me and I will reward you. Goro would be pleased to have it back, but I plan to keep it for myself.
Boom, 500 ruby. And I might be returning to Shao Kahn a lot sooner than I had planned. Alright, so let's, Oh, I didn't go talk to the guy with the fish either. Guess I can go ahead and talk to Shao Kahn, though. Turn that in and get the next quest started that I have to do once I'm back here a second time.
Did not return with my tribute, mortal. Therefore, your debt is only partially repaid. You will complete another task for me, or face annihilation. I have discovered that Reiko, formerly my most trusted general, has been entering my private chamber to wear my helmet. Find him and tell him he faces death if I find my possessions tampered with again.
Alright. So I'm still going to leave these buildings alone for the most part. I'll probably go in these two right here, just to go ahead and get these two out the way. But I'll go through the rest of those in a little bit. I'm going to have to run the outskirts kind of again because I forget. Because I never look at the map once I get to one of these locations, like the guy with the talking fish. I mean, I think I just ran literally right by him, so I'm going to go back where I came from as far as that concerns. There's the Sub-Zero challenge. We'll come back, right back for that. He's right over here. Let's get the fish on the end of his pole.
Gosk is angry? It was just a simple prank. This is not good. Here, take these coins. You never saw me.
So there's that complete. Now I got the dagger. That orb. That orb has eluded me. I know it's somewhere through here. So before I talk with Sub-Zero, I'm gonna work on getting that orb. Yep, I was not in this hut yet. I kept wondering when I passed this, man, I think I've already been in that hut. I don't want to go in there twice, but I haven't. Let's go through the forest, grab some coins. And there's Kira. Okay, so just... I know now off to my left is those two fight challenges, Sub-Zero and Kira. Can't believe I'm having this much trouble finding the orb. You know, I found it pretty easy last time. I think that's kind of the thing, was it was a complete accident when I found it when I was doing the playthrough just before. And I didn't mark in my head like, okay, that's where the orb is. I just grabbed it and that was it. I was done. Kind of like that. Just kind of run across it and, you know, maybe I need to look at this map, mark that in my head. That ought to be easy to remember, as long as I play the game again in the next, I don't know, 6 months or so. Alright, so that's where the orb is. I know where to go back to take it, of course. But while I'm over here, we need to talk to Blaze, who should be right over here. He wants a potion. Can't do nothing about it now, but at least the quest will be taken.
I was about to continue my eternal quest, but I cannot remember what it is. A spell has taken my memory. Please find me a potion to restore it. Holy men ambushed me and forced me to guard a dragon egg. But the dragon has been reborn, and I am now free. Please find a potion to restore my memory.
Alright, so let's go find the woman who needed this orb. The potion quest I took again in the video that is now been referred to and obviously is demolished. So I just want to make sure when I'm back here a second time around in this full series that it makes sense why I'm actually picking up, you know, the potion, and that I actually did pick up the quest for it. That's why I'm not worrying about certain chests that I know I didn't pick up my first time around when I was recording this, so not picking them up again. The only one that I did was the ice cave, as I mentioned. So I did meditate to get that one. Just ran all over that guy. Whoops. Collect all these coins through here. Alright, so go turn in this quest for the orb. Look at my map, make sure I'm running the right area for that, because I actually believe it's the opposite direction for some reason. Yeah, it's right next to the portal. I'm glad I finally I wanted to not trust myself, usually don't. But if you go to the portal, there is a direction you can turn right from the start, and the first thing you see is Noob Saibot. So if you go this way, as we did when started, try to rush through this thing a little bit faster. Though I don't want to do that, it's this overwhelming feeling of, man, I've done this, and I feel like everyone else saw me do it, but obviously they didn't. Alright, so turn the orb in.
The orb. You have delivered it to me. Take these gems.
So unless I wanted to tell Liu Kang about Tanya trapping him in the cave, I think that takes care of everything, except this note, which again, I'll turn that into Sub-Zero at the end of this video. And of course, we can't talk to Reiko or get the potion until we come back. I did tell Frost about the ice caves. Tanya, I can't tell her about the cave until, again, the Tarkatan camp. Because that cave is located, I think, at the bottom right of that Tarkatan camp, so... Gotta wait for a couple of these things. Now it's fight challenge time. Alright, so if I get myself back closer to over here. There's Kira and Sub-Zero in this area. I just can't remember exactly where. I know they're hanging out, though. Now watch it be just a battle to find them. I should have done them challenges while I was standing next to them. You know, I don't think I did this Hataro fight over here. So, you know, why not? You know, I don't want to start that with a punch. Only throws will do damage. Why? Why did I pick this? Yeah, I know I didn't do this challenge when I was previously trying to record this because I was busy doing this exact same thing to Sub-Zero, because it's the only thing that... It's the best way I found to play that one, because he basically just... It takes too long, and throws do 100% damage for whatever reason. I'm guessing they didn't test that, and it was an accident. Concentrating a little bit here, but actually this is extremely easy compared to Sub-Zero's challenge. Done. Now it's just I gotta find Sub-Zero and Kira after I've done mentioned them. To get a little bit of water going on there. A lot of talking. Because the first video, I'm only about 30 minutes or so into this. The first video I had stretched, running around, finding everything, doing everything. I'd stretched that out to about an hour and a half. I don't think that's going to be the case this time. Unless I spend an hour just trying to find these 2 fight challenges. There's Scorpion. Okay, so that means absolutely nothing to me. There's Scorpion, but I mean, it still doesn't help me figure out where in the world was Kira standing at. So I do not remember. Sub-Zero, I think, might have been... Okay, there's Kira. So let's do this fight challenge. I want to say hers was bleeding to death again, but she got killed so fast it didn't really matter.
Round 1. Fight!
She gave me absolutely no fight last time. And if I recall, this was maybe my first or second challenge. She did give me a stiff punch. And that actually was a little bit closer than I would like for it to be. But I'll take it. The old spin of the axe. Now just where in the world is Sub-Zero at? I know he hangs out around here somewhere. I don't think I've ever looked for the Sub-Zero fight. It's just always I'm running around collecting things and, oh, there he is. Let me avoid that. Because it's just not something I enjoy doing. And when I was a kid, first playing this, the first times around, the Sub-Zero fight challenge here, I mentioned it before, for me it was worse than the Shang Tsung, because the Shang Tsung challenges, they any that bleed to death, so you understood that those were going to be hard for a reason, given the criteria, but this doesn't seem like it would be that bad, but he just had the tendency to block everything you wanted to try. He would jab at the right time, causing high amounts of damage. And then you're barely doing any damage output because of the criteria. I'm only doing about 25% of your normal damage. So, over the years later, found out through watching YouTube videos and such, throws actually do normal damage. So if you could just turn it basically into a only throws do damage challenge for 3 rounds, you're good. But, you know, I might not be able to find Sub-Zero here. I'm all over the place looking for him. So I'm looking for him, I cannot find him. Okay, maybe I need to make sure that I've done everything else that I can do. I did tell Frost, or Scorpion again, I did do Scorpion's challenge, and I did tell Frost about the ice caves. Just kind of going over all that stuff again in my head. There's smoke. I do believe I did the smoke one already. I mean, if I did not do the smoke one already, basically just another dark combat, so there's no real reason to do, I mean, that. I mean, Noob Saibot already was a dark combat. It's not any more or less difficult. I'm not believing my difficulty in finding this Sub-Zero battle. But I will grab these coins here. I've been through all this. I don't think anybody else over here gives me a quest. I used to think one of these guys in the robes, particularly the guy in this building, gave me a quest, but I talked to him last time around and nothing, so That's not the case. Oh, there he is. There it is. Alright, so yeah, before we can move on to the main story, I've got to do this fight challenge again. Here goes nothing. Well, I know this time I'm not going to waste my first round on spinning the axe over and over and over again.
Round 1.
Because I did do a full round before I realized, oh hey, you know, I can just throw this guy and it does more damage than anything else. See, he can start getting these jabs in, and even when you sidestep, sometimes I feel like his jabs are fast enough. They'll catch you before you can sidestep. The sword is a good thing, I think, because it's a little bit slower for him to get jabs in, such as when he's in the dragon fighting style. So there you go. That's like, tell you what, that is a lot easier than it was when I was trying to do it earlier. I mean, both of the rounds were so close. Started to break out into sweat. Pretty much the hardest challenge I think I've had, fighting challenge-wise, so far, since we're not going to be able to include what I just went through before hitting record on this, would be the Jax challenge. If you don't count the ones that are obviously supposed to be insane, like Shang Tsung or Sindel or any of the bleeding out challenges. Outside of that, yeah, Jax challenge, blocking the bridge. Alright, so there's that challenge. That was much better. Man, I can't remember if I did that smoke challenge or not. When I came in here, I was just blitzkrieging everything so fast. I think that takes care of everything. I mean, there's still things that are left that need to be done. Natara will appear here at some point with a quest. I think it's the next time through. There's multiple quests. The memory potion, the cave to trap Liu Kang. Definitely both. I have to come back for that. But outside, unless I want to go fight Cobra twice, his challenge here and his challenge in the Earth Realm, what I will do now is do the story, go through some more houses for coins, and then back to Earth Realm to turn that letter for Smoke to Sub-Zero. And I'll end things with a Cobra fight challenge that unlocks an alternate outfit. Or I think it might... I think it's Cobra's alternate outfit. For a second I was wondering, well, is it his alternate outfit or does it unlock him altogether? But I believe it's just his alternate outfit. But anyway, here we go.
Look at what we have here! Another straggler for Melina to sink her teeth into.
I do not wish for trouble, but I will defend myself if necessary. I must warn you that I am quite skilled in the art of combat.
Is that so? We will see how long you can endure my attacks. I will sharpen my teeth with your bones.
So I'm probably going to be... Well, I'm always quick with these, but this is probably going to be extremely quick. It might be to the point where I kind of just focus and get out of here.
Excellent work.
I really don't care about learning to fight as Melina. I know that there's 2 attacks with her that I'll spam depending on how the AI wants to act.
Good job.
And there's always this disappointment that I'm losing Ermac, because if it would just let you choose who you wanted to be out of who you've learned to fight as for the fight challenges, you know, that would just, it would be Ermac for everything once I get to Ermac. And it's too bad it doesn't let you, you know, actually use Havoc for anything.
Good job.
I feel like he would be good, his body twist, to spam that special move would be good for Shang Tsung on that. Even if he's blocking, I feel like that doesn't... the AI doesn't respond well to that. So, well, the AI is not responding well to anything I'm doing, and I'm not sure, you know. Again, I did mess with the widescreen hack, but I did not mess with the AI in any kind of way.
Fantastic.
But it has been something stated And I myself have talked about in the past that I just feel of all the versions I've played, Xbox has probably got the easiest AI. With PS2 having a more difficult one, it just seems to be that way. And I mean, the same goes for PSP, and which is, you know, Unchained, but technically still Deception, just the most content. And then, of course, the GameCube, which has more content, but not the most. Shao Kahn and Goro added on, and I would say out of all the versions of the game, that's probably my preferred one. In between the PSP and GameCube, I prefer the GameCube version and the extra content, because it comes along with decent graphics. The PSP can look pretty rough at times, but I always enjoy playing through it, and I probably will, like I always do. I mean, I have, I don't know, 2 probably PSP playthroughs of Unchained on this channel, one with commentary, one without, so there's really no need to do a playthrough for YouTube, but one personally for myself, because I've got a new PC build, so I don't have these emulators on it. I'm actually, all these emulators here, because I've decided not to run them on my PC anymore, are just on a simple laptop. That then I run that HDMI output through my capture card and capture it. So I'm going the long route, because I put the PS3 emulator on my PC at one point and started to experience tons of issues with the computer itself, and just ended up buying parts, putting in new stuff, you know, new RAM, I just knew everything you could think of, and swore myself off of, why is this not working? There we go. Swore myself off of putting any more emulators on my major gaming PC, so right now, just running this through a laptop. Might have contributed to what went wrong with the audio, to tell you the truth. Not sure. While I was actually playing, you know, the video that I was recording on the original profile I created on this game, I didn't hear any audio issues. It was only after. So every video I record, it's gonna be like, you know, man, is it gonna happen again? That's gonna keep me nervous for the rest of this playthrough. Yeah, so I lost all my content as far as I had every emulator you could think of. With the RetroArch, I could just emulate pretty much everything PlayStation, I think it was. And I had this Xbox emulator here, had the PSP emulator, the Dolphin emulator, had all that, all the Mortal Kombat games, so much I had done, all the Crypt, all the Crypt unlocked, all the bonus content, all my profiles, all this stuff. Save files I hoped I'd never got rid of, completely gone. Which, you know, before I completely blanked this computer and fixed it, I could have saved all those save files, but I said, you know, at some point I will come back and play this stuff. Not on this PC directly, but I will play these games again one day, so.
Round 1. Fight!
So I mentioned I'll show you guys what I will try spamming with Melina. It's 2 things. It's this, and since this is working, I'm just going to keep spamming it. Alright. I was spamming a combo last time, but you know what? That'll work. Wow, maybe I should have done some of the fight challenges with her. Flawless. Not surprising, though. I've had a lot of flawless victories.
Impressive! You survived my assault. You are a great warrior. There is much we can gain from one as skilled as you.
I thank you for your kind words, Melina.
Perhaps you would be interested in assisting our cause. Recently, the walled city of Lei Chen has defied the rule of the Emperor Shao Kahn. He has sent us, his Tarkatan forces, to take the head of the Overlord there. We would like to complete our objective without incident, but we will use force if necessary. Would you act as our voice and convince this fool of an Overlord to surrender his life to Shao Kahn, so that his subjects will be spared?
What if the Overlord refuses to surrender?
Everyone in the city will be slain. The city walls are strong, but they will not hinder our assault for long.
This is a most uncomfortable position for me. But if it means the citizens will be spared, I will see what I can do.
You have our word. Bring us the head of the Overlord and we will spare them all.
Alright, so last time I went through all these huts and everything. I'm just going to go straight to this guy and then go through them.
Are you the ruler of this city?
Yes, I am Overlord Saphiro. State your business. Shao Kahn has sent his Tarkatan horde to attack my city.
That is precisely why I am here. I have come to you with a message from the Tarkatan forces outside your walls.
You have my attention. Go on.
Shao Kahn has offered your people amnesty. Under one condition. You must surrender your head.
My head? Unacceptable. I will never surrender myself to Shao Kahn. Not even to save my people.
The Tarkata grow in number outside the walls of your city. It is only a matter of time before they overwhelm your military and destroy you all. For the sake of your people, I strongly...
There may be another solution. If word of our struggle were to reach Sado, the realm of order, their elite guardsmen may give us aid.
If I can find that realm, I will tell them of your plight.
Excellent. You will need something of value to offer as payment. My city has been overtaxed by Shao Kahn, and therefore I have nothing suitable here. But there are rumors of a priceless object hidden somewhere in the living forest. If you can locate it, give it as payment to the Satan for their assistance. Please do not delay.
Not to fear. I will bring help.
Well, there's going to be a bit of a delay because I'm about to go through these huts. I actually don't think I went through this one last time, so... This will be a chest I can come back and get next time. 250 onyx. You'll see me get that chest twice. That's like my biggest worry about having to re-record this on a different profile is if I missed any of these, which I know I missed that one, you know, I'm going to come back through here and I will open a chest twice. There's also an opportunity I have here, speaking of. I mentioned that Tanya finding a cave. There's some kind of way, I'm not sure that, if I remember correctly, that can be messed up. I don't know if it's you tell Liu Kang, so her fight challenge doesn't appear. If you don't tell him, then her fight challenge doesn't appear. I don't know which it is. I could tell him about Tanya trying to trap him now, and then later on down the road when I return to Outworld, I'll be back on the original profile I created, and when I'm in the Tarkatan camp, I can find the cave and do the quest for Tanya. I could do that. Nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try to keep everything as close to the way I originally played this as possible. So, actually, should have went to this back room where I started, if anything. I think I ran the rest of those up there. Okay, so go over here, run these, get all the coins I can. Kind of feels pointless in a way, but at the same time it's trying to keep in tune with what I've been doing, so I am running all these, even though I technically ran already all but one of these. I'm just so ready to be to the Order Realm. And to hear the audio after this, because I can imagine if this happens again. I did save, and did a save and exit right before coming into Outworld this time, so hopefully, you know, if that's the case, then maybe I could just reset the simulator and it not save that I've finished Outworld. I can't remember if this game auto saves or not. I think it may be manual only. Hope so. Just in case anything like that happens again, I may need this second profile again. Makes me wonder how many other, YouTubers, like major YouTubers, are out there and they're recording a series and they're like 15 parts in or whatever, and if something goes wrong, like power goes out, anything like that, pretty much they have nothing to fall back on. For me, the problem was I just because this laptop honestly so old. I just let the game sit on pause. For whenever I wasn't using, I would just unhook the HDMI, just leave it sitting over there on pause, the simulator. So I hadn't done a save and exit on my original account. So if I would have just quit and left that, if memory serves me correct and there's no autosave, if I would have just quit and left that once I realized the audio was off, then I would have had to start all the way back over from Earthrealm. That's the last time I can remember doing a save and quit on that. So that would have been a massive pain. To collect every single item, this was the fastest way I could think of doing things. Alright, so let's head off, get the Kamidogo, and then after that, wrap things up with Earthrealm.
Who are you? What
And
are
a
you
cobra
doing
fight.
in the living forest?
I have been sent here to search for a valuable item said to be hidden in this area.
You are too late. I have already found it. My queen sent me to secure it from the tyrant Shao Kahn. It seems I have located it just in time. Die, Outworld mutant!
Alright, so let's see if these kicks work here. Yeah, this is insanely easy. I mean, you could take PS2, and you can actually adjust the difficulty to very easy, and they would not just let you continuously the same move over and over, whether it's a special move, whether it's a combo. I could have had another flawless victory there. I kind of feel like I wish I had a way of getting a tally of all the flawless victories, including the video I deleted out of frustration. I mean, yeah, the audio was messed up, but I should have kept it just so I could do a flawless victory tally in the final description of the final video that I end up doing in this series. Because it's kind of crazy. There I had a chance for another double flawless, but... Alright.
You have uncovered the Outworld Kamidogu so soon? This is most fortunate.
I did not realize it was the Kamidogu. The overlord of Lei Chen had asked me to offer it to the Seidan guardsmen as payment for their assistance in defending against the Tarkatan hordes.
It belongs to the Elder Gods and must be returned to them. You will place it on the altar with the others.
But I have given my word that I would bring back help from the realm of order. How will I broker a deal with them if I cannot offer the Kamidogu?
The point is moot. You cannot enter the realm of order without placing this Kamidogu on the altar. If indeed you wish to aid the Overlord, I suggest you offer the command of the city to the Seidan militia. Their principal philosophy is one of order and control. They will have little interest in defending the city unless they occupy it. Furthermore, they will not resist the chance to thwart Shao Kahn.
But the overlord did not give me the authority to...
What he wants is of no concern to us. The Kamidogu is not his to use as a bargaining chip. Broker a deal with the Seidan if you feel so compelled, but do not lose sight of your primary objective. Return the Outworld Kamidogu to its rightful place in the Nexus, and continue your quest.
I will do as you asked, Dimash.
Alright. So, Damashi being a prick. No surprise there. Alright, so I somehow managed to miss that right off the bat. So, Earthrealm bound we are. Not going to place the Kamidogo on there just yet. Going to take that letter to Sub-Zero, and again, that battle with Cobra. Let's see, yeah. Note to Sub-Zero. Oh yeah, here's all the coins laying around here that I did not grab, and there's so many of them. I am not going to worry about these coins just because of the simple fact that, yeah, this was just, I was rushing through all this here. I mean, I grabbed some if they're in my way or whatever. But all those have already been grabbed in a previous video, of course.
You have a message from Smoke in Outworld? I will take that. Yes, this information will be most valuable to us. Here is your reward. You have served the Linkway well.
Now, as I was saying earlier in the video, the reason I had done this originally at the end of the video when I was last recording this wasn't to come do the Cobra fight or whatever and just do that quest while I was here, but it was mainly because I thought it might make Natara appear in that cave, because I believe that is the cave she appears in at some point. I'm not positive. I know she appears in a cave at some point with a quest about vampires, so I was mainly looking for that. Whoop, before I almost ran off there. Alright, so Cobra was standing here last time, he is this time. Let's try this again, and hopefully I succeed the first time around, just like I did last time. It was kind of close. As I'm bleeding to death, none of these bleeding to death quests. So I need that kick to work. And it does beautifully. I mean, just... Alright, perfectly fine that time. I was, you know, you could see a few times there I just threw a kick. I was having a lot of issues with that last time. That's why mostly I used a combo with her versus doing that kick. But it seems to be registering a lot better now than it was. And I was having some frame rate drop issues, so, you know, come to think of it, something was probably up. And I should have probably checked into the audio a lot sooner than I did. But the audio, as it was coming through my headset, sounded perfectly fine. It wasn't until, again, I played it editing the video that I noticed it was completely unusable. So hopefully that doesn't happen this time. Let's go. Let's go here, and there was that red coin to the right just then as well that I had not grabbed yet. I did grab it in the video that you guys won't get to see. So that coin is collected, even though I didn't grab it. Most of all those in Earthrealm that I passed, they're all actually collected if you've seen part 1. So just in case somehow you come across this part first, again, having to re-record this on a different profile just to get it in, and that's why things look the way they do on here. You know, I still have the medallion, and so when part 6 comes up in the Order Realm, I'll be back on my original profile, and all this will be gone, and all the keys for all the stuff that I unlocked, or will be able to unlock in the crypt, will be back here, plus all my currency on the coins. I feel like I've stated that probably way too many times, that this is a re-recording, but you never know. There's a lot of skip rate through videos. There's the chance this is the first video, or even maybe the second video someone comes across. Maybe they see Outworld and or Chaos Realm and Outworld first, and wonder what happened to my currency, what happened to everything in my inventory. You never know. So I like to make sure I explain those things a couple of times. But I hope you enjoyed, and will join me for what will be, I think it's part 6 and the Order Realm. So I will see you guys there.